I have absolutely no right to be on time for starting the show today. I have an unboxing for mystery box, mystery package from the vicinity of Phoenix, Arizona. Well, it's a mystery to you. I know it's in it. I have possibly a broken
DougBot said, "Hey, is this thing on?"
display that we might get to. I see a confirmation of SpeakerBot. I have a troubleshooting issue successful with Big Beast build from this morning. If we get into that, and I totally did not expect that I was going to start the show on time. Hi, caramba, what a morning. Started about 4 a.m. Got up and did some troubleshooting on the Big Beast build problem, and then eventually went back to bed, and then got up again, worked further on it, and decided that I was going to stop at 1 hour prior to showtime and go take a shower and get refreshed and relax a little bit. That did not happen because at 1 hour before showtime, I was almost there. And then 10 minutes later, I was almost there. And then 20 minutes later, I was almost there. Tim asks how I am. I'm kind of beat. To be honest with yous. But it could have gone worse. Thank you, Tim. Okay, there's an unboxing here. I don't think Carrie let that out of the bag. I haven't let it out the bag what that is. Are you going to be surprised, or is it going to be something that you would expect? Yeah, I don't know. Let's go say hello in chat. There could be technical difficulties today. Scott says, wow, what a trailer. Must be Ken's birthday. Happy birthday, Ken. Yes, it is. Alice Jones says, happy birthday, Ken. Scott says, Ken gets all the fame. Ken Stout says, best trailer ever. Are you biased at all? I'm interested in feedback about the microphone. Particularly, you might hear little thumps. I'm going to demonstrate a thump to you. I think you probably heard that. When I tap on the desk, because I have the microphone on the desk. I'll show you where. Oh, I guess the keyboard cam is easier. See right here, instead of hanging overhead. There you can see from that angle. John says, is that Ken who has a date with Barbie every so often? Happy birthday. LOL. Does that have something to do with in Idira that was singing the song? I don't know. 65, 66 birthday. Have a great one, buddy. Ran Israel, outstanding. Hello, everybody, wherever, whenever you are. Hello, Scott. Let's see. Okay, I've got the little mouse, the one that's got the good scroll wheel, apparently, or should. Oh, I gotta get out of the orange dot though before I scroll. How come Ken doesn't have to go to? No, these kids these days, they get a job at Lowe's and they're working Monday through Friday. Well, not Monday through Friday. I think he's only like 4 days a week, but not on the weekends. Figure that out. And not on the graveyard shift. Only 10 candles on the cake. And hello, Zavi. I don't remember if I actually said your name. Good to see you. Phil Stodd gives us an exclamation mark. That just makes him present. You can press a space bar to make yourself alive in chat. And what that tells us is if I go look at participants, Phil Stodd should be on this list because he has put something in chat within the last 5 minutes, and therefore he's now earning 50 points per minute. Doesn't have to put anything else in chat until 5 minutes down the road. Greg was snoozing at 4 a.m. Yeah, lazy bum. Get out of bed. David Couch. Hello, David. Good to see you. Brand Israel. Hello. Oh, yeah, look at that. Tim did not know that Ken Stout was an old timer. Oh, they both did exclamation marks. Well, look at all those. Many exclamation marks. Yeah, the exclamation mark alone doesn't trigger anything from StreamerBot. But that's fine if you want to use that as a method to start earning points. Phil Stodd, hello. Scott, Daniel Pert, hello. Greg M is alive in chat. Yeah, that's weird. You got orientation on Wednesday, work on Friday, and then 2 days off. And then after that, he's got 2 weeks of vacation coming. Just kidding. I got this figured out. John and Scott, they're talking about back and forth with each other about some other show they have in common, I think. David Couch, been uber busy past few weeks. Kind of missed being able to drop in. Yeah, I've noticed that you haven't. I recognize that I haven't seen your name for a while. Missed you. Is the doesn't have to put anything else in chat a hint? Oh, I get it. He's saying that when I say you put something in chat, now you're live, you don't have to put anything else for 5 minutes. Am I hinting that I don't want you to? No, not at all. Because the YouTube algorithm likes to see engagement, likes to see lots of chat, especially significant chat. But the points system doesn't need much at all for you to be earning 50 points per minute. That probably doesn't help as much with the YouTube algorithm, which is part of the reason for the point system. It's kind of not the main reason. How about you? How well have I taught you guys this? What is my main reason for doing the point system? Coming up with that whole idea. What do you think? Yeah, at some point you need to stop with a 1-to-1 candle, year to candle ratio. Otherwise, candles will cost more than the cake. Xfinity coming for David Couch. They've been canceling my service tickets to fix the problem. Fascinating technique. I think I've heard of this technique. When you submit a trouble ticket to a tech support, one of the valid methods to solve the problem is cancel the ticket. Just like ignore it and it will go away, right? Well, actually that happened for me yesterday, for a client yesterday. I had a client who sent me a message that one of their employees, it was one of the new B-Link computers. It was the one that I configured remotely using that nano KVM switch. So my client put the new computer into service without. I told them it was okay to go ahead and do it, but I didn't know that they had done it. So they had done that, I think, I don't know, on Wednesday maybe. And then the next day it worked great all through the day. And then the following day, which I think would have been yesterday, he sent me a message saying that she's no longer to receive her scans, can no longer receive her scans from the copy machine. He didn't say that it was working with the new computer. And when he gave me that message, he didn't even say that he had put the new computer into place. So I'm thinking, well, if she's still on the old computer, then of course that's broken because I reconfigured the copy machine to send scans to the new computer. So I figured, well, I've got to call him and ask. So I called his cell phone. It was after hours. And he's driving.
Read chat, please.
I'll get to that. He's driving. And did he say it first? I guess I asked him a question about it. And he says, oh, it's working now. Did you ever think to let me know that it's working now? He's gone for the day. I commonly do repairs like that after hours. He knows that. I could have been stumble bumming around on that, trying to figure it out. And the only reason why I called him is because I didn't know if the complaint was with the new computer or the old one. So yes, he had put the new computer in. Yes, it worked fine yesterday. Yes, she was able to scan from the copy machine about it. He reported that it was not working. I was going to work on it. I called him to find out, is this the old machine or the new machine? And he says, oh, it's the new machine. Yeah, it was working fine yesterday. And oh, it's working now. So the idea of ignore it and the problem will go away, sometimes it's valid.
Read chat, please.
There's 3 read chats. Ken Stout at 11:09. At 11:09, he says C 11:09. All right. Well, there's 11. This is cyclic. This is a looping error. This is a cyclic redundancy check. Ken Stout, you are redundant. You are a cyclic redundant. For those who are new around here, Ken and I we're good friends. We're good friends, but we just take jabs at each other. I know there's another one here. I saw it. Well, since you do not know, you really expect us to know. I have told you before. No, I know. I know the reason for why I created the point system. I never denied knowing that. Ugh, sure did open the gates. Has there been any response? You look so rested up today. That's the new camera lens that's doing that. It's totally fake. If I turned off that new camera lens filter, you know, it would be pathetic what you would see. Just for the algorithm. No, not really. The main reason for the point system is not just for the algorithm. I'll just open the floodgates. I had a job that was supposed to be switch upgrade turned into redoing the whole office, not with 1, but 3 new switches and a complete rewire of the office. Ugh, I understand that, David. You start with you approach something that you don't think is going to be a big deal than it is. Scott is also saying algorithm. No, that's not the main reason. Let's get to there's a couple more exclamation mark C's. For a rush of nostalgia, click here, Dev Blogs, Microsoft. What is edit? How to use edit. Oh, well, how about Edlin? See, we can, that doesn't edit. I think edit works from here. Oh, that's registry editor is what edit gets us in Windows. If we do command prompt, what does edit get us to? And then I'm going to try Edlin. Where's the command prompt? I asked for it. There it is, way over there. Edit. Nope, doesn't get that. If I do start edit.
Read chat, please.
Nope. What if I do Edlin? Nope, none of those work. No, leave Doug in the dark. Oh, that was regarding my client, not telling me that he put the new computer in and that the issue is fixed itself. I don't know if it fixed itself or if he fixed it. I'm like I'm like the salesman who's properly trained. When you get the answer you want, stop talking. Don't keep selling the product. I don't really mean that. I'll commonly ask them what happened. Just joking. Xfinity refused to tell me who or why the tickets keep getting canceled. Yeah, that's a surprise, right? Go up one more. Yeah, I knew that as soon as I was messing with you. Og turns. Oh, doggone it. That was a chuckle. UG turns camera lens off. Camera lens filter off. It's not the lens, it's the filter. Ruth Buzzy appears. That would be good. In her full, what was that? A spider, some web or widow thing? Okay, Ken, I guess you're getting the first discretionary points award. Marsman. Afternoon all was helping the wife plant her flowers. PowerShell? That's not a blast from the past. No, not at all. Doug and Char. I know you mean chat. Xfinity has 45-minute window probably to show up rather than 45 minutes from when you place the request. You said lens, now it's filter. I'm not responsible for what you hear. Even if I said it that way, I'm still not responsible for what you hear. Because I make the rules. Was that song, I make the rules that make the young girls cry? David, still can't get HP to tell me why the cloud recovery software fails on boot from USB. We could take a crack at that. Do you want to give us more information about it? Why the cloud recovery software fails on boot. So you made a USB bootable for their cloud recovery system. The software fails. Does it fail to boot from that recovery drive? Does the recovery software fail, or does it fail to perform the recovery? Excuse me. I've never actually done that process, but we still might be able to help you get there with it. I think he's fine with their phone number, Tim. Ugh, do you hear the words coming out of my mouth? Should be, do you understand the words? Oh, that's, yeah, that's another way. It might not. Yeah, because sometimes he doesn't actually understand the words. It's like I'm talking a different language. Daniel Pert, look at that. I think he did a space. Is that just a space? Can I tell that? If I highlight what he typed there, I can't highlight the space. How did he get that in with nothing visible? Trying left and right arrow keys. Nope, I don't get anything. I think he did a space. And then he says, bingo. Bingo, bada boom. So I wanted to check and see to verify that that got him on this list, but I don't know how long prior to that his last was. So I can go find out by looking over here. Oh, no, I can't because this doesn't give timestamps. David Couch, upgraded memory, added NVMe, operates good after the clone, but didn't grab all the partitions. So when I boot off the USB recovery software, it starts up, then a window pops up, no hard disk drive. Okay. Upgrade, he added more memory to his computer. He added an NVMe. He cloned the NVMe from his original drive, but didn't grab all the partitions. That doesn't make sense. If you're cloning from one drive to another, you can't choose partitions. A clone is a clone is a clone. A clone by any other name is still a clone. So I think there's something missing in that, or not accurate about that. Operates good after the clone, but didn't grab all of the partitions. Now, if you did an image backup and then an image restore, and that image backup only contained certain partitions, or you didn't restore all the partitions, that would be one explanation for that, but that's not the truest definition of a clone. A clone, the truest definition of a clone is when you have your source drive, your destination drive, and your backup software clones from this drive to this drive with no intermediate stored backup files being involved. So when I boot off the USB recovery software, it starts up, then a window pops up, no hard disk drive. I'm wondering if the USB recovery software that you made from the HP cloud system, if that was not up to date, if that was obsolete, if you have had that recovery drive around for a while, it's possible that that recovery drive does not support the particular NVMe that you installed. And it's possible that HP might have an approved hardware list for that recovery software. That might be why it's not recognizing that drive. If the recovery software isn't somehow compatible with the drive configuration, that could cause that to happen. So I'm thinking along those lines. So when you boot off the USB recovery software, it does successfully start up, but it's unable to see the drive. So there's something about it that's not able to see that particular NVMe drive. You could try a different NVMe drive. You could go back and test this recovery software with a different drive, an SSD drive perhaps, or even a hard disk drive, to just be sure that the recovery software does function with another drive. There might be the way you have the drive configured in BIOS. Now you said something about cloning previously, as if that drive already contains content. Maybe somehow that content, the recovery media is not able to read it because of that. Crucial Acronis software, laptop, let's see, this was today. New download. Am I getting two people mixed up here? The laptop has no problems booting and running, just the no hard drive error when trying to factory restore with the cloud recovery software. Upgraded, yeah, that one. Upgraded memory. Why did I not see that one? Oh, because it's over here. Oh, yeah, there's some more that you told us. Oh, you also have the Xfinity thing going on. Scanning. So it's a crucial NVMe drive. It's a Cronus software. The Cronus software is not involved with the HP cloud recovery. You have a rescue flash drive from HP, right? Or are you saying the cloud recovery flash drive is a Cronus? When I boot off the USB recovery, yeah, you're asking HP to tell you why the cloud recovery software fails on boot. That's what made me think that the cloud recovery software you're using is from HP. If it's from a Cronus, then of course HP is not going to be able to tell you why that's failing because it's not their product. So can you clarify for me this cloud recovery software? Is that a Cronus or is that HP? Put one if you end up saying the word that God Augustus says. Yeah, do that. If you understood those words. Yeah, level 1 is probably not going to be able to tell you, but still, is it? You're saying it's a Cronus software. HP is not going to be able to tell you that. Clones to the left of me, Og to the right. Here I am. Da, 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 da. Name that tune. I can't. Clones to the left of me, Og to the right. Here I am. Da, 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 da. I can't remember the rest of the lyrics. It also needs a driver for the motherboard, perhaps Intel chipset. Oh, it's an HP. Is Optane involved? Optane-orama, is that causing you an issue? Because that can cause troubles. If I haven't noticed Jim KJ3N, but if he's watching and not chatting yet, that's probably gonna perk his ears. Frosty Winnipeg, hello.
Read chat, please.
Original 12 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte mechanical hard drive. I feel like my chin has just been grabbed and pulled over, and I've got a whiplash. Because wasn't he talking about an NVMe drive? He added, originally it was 12 gigs. I get it now. Originally it had 12 gigs of RAM and 1 terabyte mechanical hard drive. He told us that he upgraded RAM and an NVMe drive. See, I got to make myself. Hi. Thing to get back to it. Song at 11:26. Oh, there's the song. Factory recovery software. Almost sounds like recovery for Windows like in earlier. I'm not sure I got that tune right. Stuck in the middle with you. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Jerry Rafferty, I guess, is the artist or the author. I don't even know the name. That's how clueless I am on cultural references. HP said the cloud software they provide has Windows 11 for my machine. Okay, so the cloud recovery would be recovering a factory image from the cloud. So it's going to wipe out everything that's on your drive currently. And that image from the cloud is going to contain Windows 11 for your computer, deducing that your computer was originally Windows 10. And they can't tell you why it's not working. I'm still thinking it's maybe not, at least not on a tier 1, maybe even not beyond that, not their responsibility. If they have a approved hardware list, HAHLAC, something like that. They have an approved hardware list. I'm wondering if your NVMe drive might not be on that list. I'm not going to try to understand all that about that song. Let's go get to an unboxing, shall we? I don't know if people guessed what was in it. Yeah, and there was also the guessing about why I created the point system. I don't know if anybody put in guesses for that, but really the main motivation for the point system is to help channel your involvement, encouraging the technical conversations, bringing technical topics, answering technical topics, doing some research, sending an email about the Windows technical topics. And then aside from that, there's just the gamify aspect of having a little fun with it. Once in a while, slapping down Ken Stout by subtracting points from him. And I am working on a leaderboard. Things get in the way. With the troubleshooting thing that I had today, that got in the way. With the baby beast problem, that got in the way. That led into the rewiring, cable management, that got in the way. And then, what do we got here? FedEx. Surprise, surprise. Everything has been blacked out that's personally identifiable, which means addresses and phone numbers are blacked out. There's a button around here somewhere. This way. Keyboard camera. Oh, things got all moved around. Oh, I almost pulled that wire out. And yeah, I gotta be careful how I do this because this wire is a little bit tight. Oh, I didn't bring my knife. I need my package cutter. I wonder if this still works. Let's see if this works.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
I see Marsman guessing it's a power supply. In a package that is 7.20 pounds, 12 inch by 12 inch by 12 inch. Now, of course, these boxes come in standard sizes, and they got rates, so you get box that's bigger. And of course, Carrie packs everything really well. So yeah, the contents of this box could be the size of a power supply. 7 pounds? I'm guessing that's kind of heavy for a power supply. No, Frosty, I didn't order the FedEx box. It came from Kerry Holzman, so he ordered it. Oh, he's saying that I ordered FedEx boxes, that's what's in here. Oh, I just gave away that it's Kerry, didn't I? I said it came from Phoenix, Arizona, actually Glendale. Oh, I mentioned Kerry before because I said I didn't think that he gave away what he sent. Why am I having such difficulty finding the button? You saw my thumb on the mute button while I was clearing my throat. Since there was no picture-in-picture at that time, you couldn't actually see me. Now, I could actually have a picture-in-picture on as well right now, because facial expressions and body languages are part of how a content creator communicates. Not that I think you need to see my face. Brian Lightfoot says, let me guess, Carrie sent you a mini. A mini what? But then you might be totally wrong. Boom, V minor gets the cigar. I don't actually have anything specially set up for this, but V minor guesses a Naz. So let's hit that at 500 points, because that's participating. And well, with getting it right. It's a power supply, and along with it, he sent something else. See, I guess I don't have that camera very well yet. Can I? How can I fix that more better this way? Ah, Brian Lightfoot says a NAS. You mean Naval Air Station? I was thinking National Aviation Service. Da, 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 da. There we go. Oh, M.2 NVMe. I was not. Oh, yeah, he didn't mention that it was going to be NVMe. Oh, wow. I thought it was going to be conventional hard drives. Oh, wait a minute. Is that maybe? It's still. Oh, it is. It's conventional hard drives. Maybe the. Oh, Greg says the NVMe is caching. All right. Or does that have the operating system for the device? Yeah. There we go. Ow. Now, I want to credit Kerry. This was his idea. He contacted me, you know, about his efforts to get rid of the excess stuff that he has. And he asked if I could make use of a NAS, and I didn't have to do a whole lot of thinking about it. I said, well yeah, it's kind of I do kind of have a use for it. I would not have bought one myself. So thank you very, very much, Carrie. The jury's still out for me as to how I'm going to feel about it, but mainly the reason why I'm interested in it is the way that I do backups. You know that I like doing backups internally with a second drive in a computer, and in some cases as a second partition on a drive. But that's not enough of backups. Usually, most of the time that in fact, I think all the times that I've done a restore, it has always been something where a restore would work from a second drive inside the computer. I don't like doing backups to external drives because I find they're not as stable. The USB connection can get flaky. The power supply to the external drive might get disconnected, and if somebody's not watching it, then then you wind up, surprise, we haven't had backups for the last 3 months. So especially with clients, no, not external backup drives. But I have felt that I'd like to have a way to have one central place where I could have copies of backups. So maybe not doing backups natively to this, but rather the backups that I do locally. I still want to do local backups on my NVMe, my main NVMe drive on Big Beast Build, because the restores are so fast. 350 gigabytes, it's pretty large. To do that over the network, to and from a NAS, it's got to take longer. And I have a one terabyte, or what is it? Whatever that one number is. It's not a high speed network by today's standards. So I'll still do those backups, but I'd like to copy those backups to an off computer. And then also I can have my client backups on here, Big Beast, Baby Beast, my base image backups of the base image that I use for rolling out computers to clients. So all of those factors make me think, I kind of like to do that, because I have a bunch of these external drives around, and I label them, handwritten labels. The labeling isn't real consistent. They've typically been labeled for the year, but sometimes they're more than 1 year on one drive. Sometimes I have to go to a new drive mid-year. And then sometimes they get flaky. Now, what does it take to fire this up? There's a USB port, so I could do. No, you connect to this through the network. You don't actually connect a screen to it. It does not even have a video port. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I was aware of that. So I could power it up, connect it to the network, figure out what the IP address is for it, not difficult, and then try accessing it without really knowing what I'm doing. Just try it. You'll like it, says Mikey. Although the other thing that we have available is this laptop, where I had ordered a replacement laptop for a client, and I had told you about this. Oops, didn't want to push that button. But anyway, it's got broken, at least one broken hinge.
Read chat, please.
And it is Windows 11, not just Windows 11 capable, it is Windows 11. I think this was purchased in 2021, maybe 2022. And he just chose to go for a new laptop rather than repairing it. And I asked him if could I repair it and give it to my grandson. And I know that he's not watching today. Zvi. Zvi wants the model number for the Synology coming up. That was a few seconds of clearing my throat. There it is, model. Wow. It's not really that small. What I was wowing about is my inability to read it. DS918 plus. DS918 plus. Disk station. Oh, wait a minute. Is there more? Oh, no, that's the NVMe note that I saw earlier. There. Oh, okay. The NVMe goes across that way. It's a little weird because, you know, it's you're used to putting an NVMe M.2 drive on a circuit board, on a motherboard. But here the socket is over this way, and then you got this blank area just stretches across it. And oh, that's slick. It just clips in. It's just a press clip. You don't have to screw it in at all. That's real convenient and easy. I'd sure like to see more of that. All right, I have, that was probably pretty loud, right? Here's a Ethernet. Yeah, it's got 2 Ethernet ports. I plugged it into LAN 2. I'm going to put that onto LAN 1. Probably doesn't matter. David Couch says, Doug, I want one, please. If you are a supporter of Kerry Holzman's channel, he does give away equipment to supporters. And he invites people to ask what you want, ask for what you want. They want for you to ask. Now they're not going to give away, you know, excessive amount of stuff to any one particular person. I don't know if the one gift per supporter rule is still in effect back in the day when he was giving away to computers to veterans. But I think I'm suspecting these days he's more interested in products going to people who will enjoy them, appreciate them, and actually use them and need them. Yes, Lawn Dog, I knew that it was not going to have drives. So here's what Doug's trying to do. Nope, I guess that's not the right way to do it. Boom. Got that in the right direction. And I have power. Let's see. Power right over here. When I was doing all of that recabling, I put a more firmly mounted cable management bracket there, whatever you want to call that. Okay, that's power network. And then here is a power button. Never hold these in your hands when you turn them on. It might shock you. Just kidding. Just blinking. I see fans spinning. I have no idea if you have to put drives in. It seems to me like it ought to have an operating system that could be addressed. Oh, this is looking better. Oh, I got a beep. I've got a blinking status. I've got a solid power light now. That was blinking at first. So yeah, you can see that blinking status. I have not paid attention to anybody setting up one of these. No, know very little about NAS. Scott says Doug's going to shock himself. Shock himself with how easily I can figure this out with electrical power. All right. Oh, I want to see. Let's bring up a command prompt. Is it going to pop up like it's supposed to, or is it hiding again? Yeah, it's hiding again over here. I don't know why it's doing that. And then if I do ARP space -A, this will show all the IP addresses that are sensed on my network. I can't say that I recognize what is what. Oh, does this have a physical address? Excuse me. Did they put that on a label? I'm trying not to hit this on the desktop so hard. Mac. I'm struggling to read it. I think that ends 3.9 and 3A. So is there anything 3.9 and 3A? Yeah, this one right here, 3.9. So looking prior to the 3.9 is A8, A7. Yeah, so it's this one right here. So it's 180. So let's come over to 192.168.1.180. Oops, I did that wrong. On a couple reasons. Copy that, and I'll do 2 backslashes. Control V. Does that get me to it? I'll go double check that I did that right. 192.168.1.180 couldn't be accessed. So couldn't be that simple,
Read
right?
chat, please.
No backslashes in browser. Oh, all right. So my previous problem was just getting the number wrong. There we go. Continue to cite. There we go. So I was right.
Read
Except
chat, please.
for the misdirection about the slashes. So it wants me to install drives. So now I'm going to contemplate whether I have a hard drive on hand that I can just stick in there. I got tons of hard drives around here. I did, yeah. Well, let's just check and see HTTP. Yeah, not HTTPS. I was able to do it without that. HTTP// and then that way. I think if you're going to do HTTP, then you need to do the : // Yeah, that works just as well. In what configuration do you intend to run the system RAID 125? The M.2 is for caching only. In any case, you'll have to buy mechanical disks. No, I don't think I will. I don't think I will have to buy them. Now, Carrie did tell me to use NAS qualified drives. I'm at least not going to do that to start with, to test it out and see how I feel about it. I have so many hard drives around here that are not NAS specific. But the reason you want to have a NAS design drive in one of these is the assumption is that you are relying on the NAS, and I am not, at least not while I'm learning it and tinkering with it. I'm inclined to think the system RAID that I'm most attracted to, particularly with using non-NAS qualified drives, and particularly since I have a lot of drives around here, I'm interested in RAID 5 that does striping. So you have to have at least 3 drives, and if they're 1 terabyte each, you lose the amount of 1 drive. So if you had, this is a 4 drive base, so if you had 4 1 terabyte drives and you're using RAID 5, you're only going to get 3 terabytes of storage space because 1 drive is used as parity. That way, if one of the drives goes bad, the device will continue running. You can, I'm hoping in this device, I'm assuming in this device, you can hot swap the bad drive, take it out and put another drive of the same capacity in place. And the system will automatically adopt that replacement drive. It's probably a better word than adopt. However, I also like RAID level 2, which is mirroring, where you can have drives are installed 2 at a time. So this has 4, you could have 2 mirrored sets of drives. And what happens there is if one of them goes bad, the device continues running. You can replace that drive and put a replacement in, and it automatically adopts that. The advantage of that style that I like is that you can actually take one of those drives out, which while it's still functional, take it out, you're breaking that mirrored set, put another drive in. Now you actually have a full image backup in your hands, and you can store that. So that's an easy kind of backup. So I like RAID level 2 for that kind of backup capability. You know what I was thinking, Rand, that it was actually RAID level 1. It's RAID 1 is the mirroring. RAID 0 is no fault tolerance. You just have one volume across multiple drives. Yeah, thank you for calling me out on that, because I was thinking that didn't sound quite right. RAID 0 is not scary if you're using it for the right purpose. If you have the right use case scenario, there's nothing wrong with RAID 0. You just need to understand what it is and how it operates. Because it can be very convenient to have one drive letter, and now you have all that extra space, and you can add more space down the road. Yeah, no fault tolerance. So you have to have backups, or you have to be using it for purposes that you don't care to have backups. So yeah, somebody had asked RAID 1, 2, or 5, but 2 really isn't used these days. It had some purpose, I think, back in the specification, but it just isn't popular anymore. Oh, yeah, Rand. Let's give you some points for calling me out on that, correcting me. That'll get you a 500 spot. David Couch says check out free file sync software. I may very much be interested in that because I'll have backups on Big Beast Build and Baby Beast. They have their own backups internally. Now to synchronize those with the Synology, is that free file sync software something that's included with Synology? Okay, let's see about putting a drive in here. I think I got some drives in the next room. So go get yourself some refreshments.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
So here's here's a drive, and I had a label on it telling me whose computer it came from and a date. And I have these all over the place. And it's just, it is not within the nature of a Doug to not keep things labeled. But I am going to break with tradition. I can't tear through the tape. My paper shredder. Didn't fall into the NAS, did it? Maybe I should reassemble that paper to make sure none of that fell into the NAS. Oh, yeah. Scissors. Doug, scissors. Danger, Will Robinson. Okay, so there is an operating system already. Do I even need to turn it off? Oh, that's interesting. Can I just stick a drive in there while it's running? Okay, I see it's got little nubs here to fit into the screw holes. Oh, looks like these rails come out. All right, that rail pushes out. Oh, I see. Okay, so then push the rails out and then put the drive in. And then I think push the rails in. Snap. We like snaps. Yeah, that looks like it's in place. Refresh. Set up your Synology DS918 Plus now. Now keep in mind, I haven't watched any videos. I haven't paid any attention to anybody else in the community when they're working with NASAs, because it was just all just not interested. So I am doing this just as discovery. Device info. Disk station, IP address. Did anybody discover the way that I figured out what the IP address? Was that news to anybody? Did you not know how to do that? Okay, you gotta. Don't say, no, I'm not going to admit I didn't know how to do that. I admit all the time I didn't know how to do that. When people show me things, I need to know that I'm passing some knowledge along now and then. Give me a bone. Frosty says, Doug don't need no manuals. Automatically download and install the latest such and such from Synology. That sounds like a good thing to do. Sure, why not? All data will be deleted. That's fine. All data on drives 4 will be deleted. Oh, I guess I put that into the 4th drive slot then, huh? Are they physically numbered here? Yes, they are. Right in there. Hard for you to see, but 1, 2, 3, 4. It's amazing how numbers always work like that. They always come in that order. I understand that all data on these drives will be deleted. Continue. Installing disk station manager. This process will only take a few minutes to complete. Do not turn off the power during this process. So, yeah, this is flickering on the light on disk 4. So it is actually writing to that disk. See, I was thinking the actual operating system might be some other storage media that's internal to the machine, but I guess not. Since I have all
Read
these
chat, please.
tons and tons of 3.5-inch disc around, my intention is just to use those until I decide, like if this thing just trashes them all the time, and I decide that yes, I really want to rely on this, then I would get the better quality drives. But I don't see any need to spend the money for
Read
the
chat, please.
better drives until I find that I actually do want to rely on this. Selden Ball says you really should avoid moving disks while they're active. Head crashes are known to result. Yeah, he's right. Bad on me. Bad on me for not behaving better. Let's give Selden Ball some points for calling me out on that, because it's bad form for me to behave that way. I was only behaving that way because it's a junk drive. It's a drive that I pulled out of a recycle box. But yes, absolutely right. Spinning drives, don't be moving them around. Seems like there was more than one. Yeah, there was. Brian Lightfoot. Most people use the command ARP, but did you use... Oh, jeez. All right, Brian. Well played, my friend. That's a chuckle. ARP, man, they have been such a nuisance to me. Them and AAA. What is it about these institutions that begin with the letter A? AAA, they send me 2 or 3 physical junk mails in my US mailbox every week, trying to get me to buy their stupid life insurance. I don't know if it's stupid life insurance. I've never really looked at it in any depth. Just not interested in it. But they keep the tons. I mean, they just keep sending this every week, literally 2 or 3 physical mail and different sizes. Sometimes they got lots of paper in them. Sometimes they're thin. Sometimes they're marked urgent and signature required and all these things trying to make it sound urgent and critical. And then AARP, the problem with them, I can't even remember what they're called. But they started trying to get me to buy their subscription to their magazine when I was about like 20 years old. Lawn Dog says the operating system is on the NAS itself. What you're doing to the drive right now is formatting it. Okay, yeah, of course, that makes sense. But now here's Phil disagreeing. Phil says Synology stores the operating system on 1 or more of the installed drives. Well, if it's RAID 5, the 5 drives are striped. They have to have the same partition across the same. So if you take up some space for an operating system on one of them, it's going
Read
to
chat, please.
reduce your storage a lot. So I'm not sure if we got the right answer yet. We all get that junk mail too, John says. I heard a beep. Launching built-in packages. Oh, I'm going to get more packages. Well, I still have the package cutter here. That's good. So I can open them. Start. Next generation data management begins here. I'm wanting to use this myself. I'm not intending to give this to my daughter. She's the next generation. See what's new. Doug, why do you always click on the other links? Why not just go forward? What's new? Well, all of it is new to me. Let's just move forward. Oops, it's over here on this tab. Start. Device name. All right. What should I name it? Give me something clever. Give me some kind of clever name. What else you got to say? Administrator account. Well, we'll call that admin. And then we'll need a password. Well, it's in red.
Please.
It doesn't like admin. Ran Israel says Doug Naz. Ken Stout says name it Ken. Should use the name Ugg. Says Brian. Doug's Doghouse from Daniel. I'm kind of liking this. Ken likes Brian's suggestion. Ugh. I don't want to give acknowledgement to that. 3 Dougs. He still has no clue. I haven't spent any time trying to figure that out. Government slush fund. No, Daniel, I'm giving you the prize. You get 500 points for the winning suggestion. Device name. Paste. Uh-oh. It doesn't let me do that many characters, huh? Does it need, is spaces okay? Let's take out the spaces. And let's take out the apostrophe. And, oh, that was Doug's Doghouse. Well, now wait a minute. No, a little grammar error there, don't you have, Danielle? Doug's with apostrophe at the end of it. My name is not Doug's. If my name was Doug's and you were wanting to do the possession, you would put the apostrophe after the S. If my name is Doug,
Read chat, please.
then you put the apostrophe between the D and the G. No spaces in the name of the device. Is that Phil's preference or is that required? Doug's dog house. House. If I put a space, does it go red? Yes, it does. Space is not allowed. No space cadets here. And I bet admin it doesn't like. If I add one character, it goes white. So it doesn't want the word admin. Okay, give me a name for an administrator account. What should the name of our big bad administrator be? Underscore, David Couch says. Yeah, administrator name should be underscore. Now, what he's saying is you could use an underscore instead of a space if you wanted a visual separation, but I'm fine with capitals. Yes, Danielle. Carrie Holzman sent me a new Synology disk station. Awesome. Say thank you to Carrie, everybody, on behalf of Doug. If he's not watching now, he'll watch later. I told him I was going to unbox it today. John Williams is saying name it at David Couch. No. Doge. Oh my gosh. No, not doing that. No, not doing that. Frosty says, thank you, Uncle Gary. Londog says, thank you, Carrie. What a fantastic gift. Daniel says, model. Oh, yeah. Daniel, the model is DS918. Uggs Og House. Have I seen yet a admin name that I like? I see Top Dog.
Read chat, please.
Big Fingers for the admin name. See, I don't know as I'm looking through these or if things that I'm seeing here was actually admin names. DODE might be a good acronym because it means you're not saving anything. I don't know what DODE stands for. It's not Doge. You're not saying Doge for Elon's gig. Groot. I am Groot for admin. There you go. I'll go with that. Phil Stodd. I think you were the first one to give me that.
Read chat, please.
At Phil. Enter 500. DB by Carrie. Not bad idea, but now you got the Jen seal of approval. Could have been Jenny. I might have gone with Jenny. Password. What should we do for a password? Yeah, I can let you guys name that password. Have you ever seen the raid? I think, is that a password you're suggesting? Or is that the admin name? RoboForm picked the password. RoboForm, I don't think is, oh, it is active there. I'm going to take that off screen and see if I accidentally float over that. No, it doesn't show anything. No, I am not going to take one of those freaking complex passwords from RoboForm. I never do that with RoboForm. I always make up the passwords myself and then let RoboForm remember them. Oh, that's not bad. That might help me memorize that phone number. Okay. At John Williams 500. Thank you for playing the game. Oh, but will I be strong enough? Will it allow that? Just numbers? Oh, it thinks that's, oop. Oh, foul. What I pasted was I am Groot. It is saying this is a strong password to use the administrator name as the password. How could that be considered strong? No, 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 no. Huge fail. Somehow I didn't get that copied. Control C, Windows key V. There it is. It's there. Go back over here. Shift tab and tab. No, didn't do that. Then I'll paste it here. It calls that weak. Will it let me do it? I will change the password later. I promise. Allow this disk station to be displayed in Web Assistant. Synology will collect the IP address and port information, which will only be used for providing Web Assistant service. Refer to such and such. No, no, absolutely not. No, 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 no. Especially not with a password like that I have put out on YouTube. No, that is not going out into Web Assistant. Minimal password length 8. What's Jen? Oh, of course. I know what it is. She's in the United States, right? Oh, no. There's no area code. Oh, well. I'll just do it that way. Password strength include mixed case. So they want mixed case. So let's not do the 1. What's Jenny's last name, people? Let's say her first name is capital J. Still calling that weak.
Read chat, please.
Wants mixed case. So enter mixed case. Now that's too much typing. Jenny Stout. JS. Jenny Stout. Ken needs a new wife. Oops, I didn't do it mixed. Lowercase s, because stout is stout just isn't important enough to be uppercase. So stout has to be lowercase. Save that. All right. Yeah, I'll save that to RoboForm. So that when I go back and try to change it, I can at least get back in. Select what to do when there are DSM and package updates available. Automatically install important DSM, package updates only. Automatically install latest DSM and package updates. Notify me when DSM package updates. I think I'm most comfortable with this one. Important DSM and package updates. I don't need to be bugged with them. I don't need anything more bugging me. I'm already bugged out. John Williams, I don't want to type an underscore. You didn't put any uppercase in that, John Williams. Oh, Jim's here. Even Ken doesn't think he needs a new wife. Yeah, I agree with that. I totally admire people with long-lasting marriages. I have no interest in going back to that. I love living alone. Love it, love it, love it. Jen is finding this so cool. Yeah. You said you would not say anything about that. Doggone it, I chuckled. About him needing a new wife. I think that's what he's referring to. Create a Synology account. I think not. Skip. Would you like to reconsider? All right. No, I'm not going to. You are about to miss. This is FOMO, fear of missing out. Would you like to reconsider? You're about to miss out on many awesome features. Awesome. That will help manage your device simply and effortlessly. Would you like to reconsider and create a Synology account now? Now, if that gets me the synchronizing software, then maybe. I don't think I'm going to back up through the network.
Read
Skip
chat,
anyway.
please.
Rand Israel says your next username should be bypass NRO. That's what that read chat, please was. Put you in control of your piracy. Doggone, that's the right way to pronounce that word, isn't it? Synology puts you in control of your piracy. You can change these settings at any time. We will collect device information, hardware configurations to improve our services and personalize your experience. That's what you think. Personally identifiable data will be excluded. You bet it's going to be excluded. Please refer to our privacy statement for details. I agree to allow collect non-identifiable. No. I do provide my information to Microsoft and to Google. That doesn't mean I want to give it to everybody. I have reasons to want to give it to those institutions. I don't say that everybody should. I have reasons that I want to do that. Create storage pool and volume. Create a storage pool and volume to start installing packages, storing files on your disk station. Create now. Yes. I start to create storage pools and volumes. Yeah. RAID type. I think SHR, I think I remember this, that this is Synology's own RAID. I bet the S stands for Synology and the R stands for RAID and H stands for Homeboy, Homie, Synology Homie RAID, Basic JBOD. If you got reasons for me to choose something other than SHR, then put it in chat. Minimum number of drives, drive fault tolerance. This is recommended RAID type for beginners. I can have more than 2 drives, according to this. Choosing this type allows you to combine drives of different sizes in the future to optimize volume size to ensure. But is that might not be RAID 5, is it? This disk station model or the number of drives installed does not support the following RAID types. Of course, I need to have at least 3 drives in order to have RAID 5. So if I had 3 drives in here, I'd probably have another option here. Storage pool description. Oh, we need another name. Wintermute is saying Synology Hybrid RAID is what SHR stands for. Danielle is recommending SHR. Rand Israel says that seems to be the equivalent of JBOD. JBOD, minimum drives, drive tolerance. So it looks like that's the same thing. If I do SHR, can I add more drives later and switch to RAID 5 without wiping out what's on the drives? Seems unlikely, but that could be something that's designed within SHR. Oh, SHR2. So it looks like if I had more drives, then I would be able to choose one of these. So that would mean, I think that would probably mean wiping out.
Read chat, please.
And reformatting. Rand Israel says, remember that with just one HDD, your choices are limited. Yep. Storage pool description. All right, so I need another name. I need another void. Let's see, that's optional. I don't have to put a description.
Read chat, please.
If you're just experimenting, you will not need to select the optional description. Yeah, even if I'm not experimenting, I don't need to do it because it is optional. From what I've seen, SHR2 is only recommended for large disk stations that can hold a lot of disks. All right, let's just go on. I'm not going to put a description. Please select at least one drive to create a storage pool with the RAID type of SHR. Not listed on Synology products compatibility list. Drive number 4. We recommend using drives on the Synology products compatibility list. I'm not going to do that, at least not now. To ensure system stability. I don't care about that, at least not for now. Or updating the drive database if your drives are already on the list. Or updating the drive database at HDD settings if your drives are already on the list. Important data may be lost if you choose to proceed. Are you sure you want to continue? Yeah, I am, because I live dangerously. Skip drive check, perform drive check. Takes longer time, so we're not going to do that. Volume description is optional. Oh. Volume capacity, I'm going to click max. BERTs, BERTrefs, the BERTrefs file system. Btrieve, perhaps? File system supports advanced features, including shared folder snapshots replication, shared folder coda, and advanced data integrity protection. Jim says, yeah, it's going to nag you about that. Oh, about their approved drives. Scott says Doug's Shark Tank. ext4, widely used in the Linux operating system. Well, that's enough read there. Next. Apply. All the data will be erased, of course. Ugh. I might end today's stream early, just saying, just letting you know. I'm feeling kind of beat. What was your first clue? Did this pose maybe give you a clue? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd that formatting thing go? Did it already finish? I think I already finished because it's saying healthy here. I can't switch back to it because it's already gone. Okay, so got a bunch of things we can do. Let's see what happens if we try run // 192.168.1. What was the number? Oh, it's in the address bar, 180. I haven't configured anything as shared. Network credentials. See, RoboForm's not going to give this to me here because it doesn't know. I don't remember what we called it. What was the username? Is it Jenny? Oh, I know how to find it. Is the people that I awarded points to. Add points. See, I did 500 for RAN. That was about the RAID issue, I think. Selden Ball. Oh, that was about the head crashes. See, Brian Lightfoot was for art because he made me chuckle. Was it I Am Groot? Was that the admin's name?
Read chat, please.
And then the password. Zvi says you can use find.synology.com to do what? See you later, David. Welcome back, Martin. Now, if I should have copied those into my clipboard history. Dad burned it. Let's see, Daniel up here was what? I think Doug's Doghouse. That was the name of the device. Oh, that's not quite worded right. Now I'm going to pin that one. I'll pin it here so it stays on my clipboard history and is easier to find. Hopefully somebody says, oh, I didn't know you could do that. Let's see, got to go on to something else. Phil Stodd. I am Groot was the admin name. Yeah. So then I'll pin that one also. And then the next one's probably going to be the password. To John Williams. Oh yeah, but we had to modify that a bit. So I'm not going to pin that until I get the modification right.
Read chat, please.
I think it was capital J, lowercase s, and I think we had the 1 at the beginning. Was that it? And then I don't think I can copy that. Yeah, I can't copy that while holding down my mouse button here. Well, remember credentials. Username or password is incorrect. Oh, look at that.
Read
It
chat,
copied.
please.
It captured 3 characters for the password. That's incorrect. Password is set at Wintermute 1235. Phil Stodd, he's saying it was this. Brian is saying it's at Wintermute. He's saying it was this. That's what I just entered, wasn't it? Isn't that what I put in? That's what I have there now. It's not liking that. That's what I thought we did. Took out the 1. No. Well, I got to rewind in video, I guess. I'm surprised nobody's done that. The number of times that I have pointed out how to do that. Well, let's point it out this way. You can keep watching the current video and listening to it, and then right-click on your tab at the top, choose duplicate, and then mute this one, and then you can scrub back to find something. So we got to go back to find that password when we originally set that up, which was a while ago. And if you're using the paid version of YouTube, you could click the ask button after the show is over, after the show is fully processed. There, see? Now, did we actually finish with that? I'm going to unmute this. And system audio. If there's a problem with this audio, let me know in chat. I'll be watching close. Oh, that was it. Going back. Stout just isn't important. Okay. Now let's do Windows key V. So without the 1, 867-5309, capital J, lowercase s. Oh, but wait a minute. That's the admin account. Is that really what it's wanting right now? Oh, the administrator account is I am Groot. Yeah, so let's close that RoboForm for now. Let's say not now to be uppercase. Oh, that's on the video. So stout has to be lowercase. All right, now let's get back here. So pasted that, and what I'm pasting there is with the 1. This one is without the 1. So let's paste that one. Okay. So to prove that that's what it pasted, I'll do Control V again. That's the password, and we've got it on video. I haven't set up any shares yet. Do I have to set up a share before I'm able to log in that way? I'm thinking that might be the problem. Because I was trying to connect to a shared volume, and maybe that has to be configured as shared before I can actually log into it. I'm surprised nobody's told me that if that's what it is. Daniel says, I think it's asking for your Microsoft credentials. No, not. Drive info. I'm looking for something for configuring, sharing, create volume. I know Carrie, my understanding of Carrie typically sets these up without passwords, so you don't need a password. That's not me. I do passwords everywhere.
Read chat, please.
Daniel again saying, I think it's asking for your Microsoft credentials. No way, Dan. Are you serious about that, Daniel? No way. No way Synology is asking for my Microsoft credentials. When I'm trying to do, that was when I was trying to
Read chat, please.
Browse to it. It's asking for network credentials, not the administrator credentials. Okay, well, let's look at that closer then. Enter your network credentials. This should be the credentials to connect to that shared device. I do this a lot. It's asking for credentials on that device I'm trying to connect to that authorize me to access files on that device. This is not my Microsoft account. This is credentials for shared storage on that device. I do this a lot. This is the way I typically connect a new computer that I'm spinning up in a client's office. This is how I connect to the file server. Windows key R / / and the name of the file server. Then I have to put in the username and the password on that device that authorizes them to access files on that device. So, do we have credentials on that device allowing us to access content? That's where I'm thinking that we need to set up some kind of an account for sharing. And it shouldn't be the administrator account for the device. It should be some separate place to create accounts. Yeah, Rand Israel saying you may need to create another non-admin account. Yeah, so I'm looking for places, a place to create accounts. Could be widgets.
Read chat, please.
Storage manager. It seems like it ought to be in here. Ah, here we go. I bet it's in here. Windows security. No, no, not Windows security, because this is not a Windows device. This is a Synology device. SAN manager. Control panel feels most likely to me. There we go. User and groups. File sharing. Shared folder. User and group. So if I create user and group, so we have admin and guests. They are users. IM group is disabled. So then two-factor status is disabled. So create username. Since it's Ken's birthday, I'll give him some privileges. Lowe's employee of the week. That's optimistic. And I don't know, braindead@gmail.com. And then password. I got to be able to type this password when I'm trying to connect. So let's see, I'm gonna copy that username, and then IFORGOT MP for master password. I forgot master password. And it wants something, a number. What is he, 65, I think? 66? I don't know. I'm going to put 65. I forgot. I don't know if I did the MP as in capitals or lowercase. Try a lowercase. 66. Nope. No. Try that again. I forgot MP 66. I forgot MP 66. I think I said 65 one of those times. So that time was 66. So I forgot MP 66. I know he's thinking to himself, Doug is just doing this so he can say that as many times as possible to rub it in, rub it in, rub it in, rub it in. How's that jingle go? I can't think of it. Send notification mail. No. Disallow user to change account. Oh, yes. Yeah. No, he's going to have to type that over and over and over. I want to reset his Lowe's employee password. So he has to type that every time he clocks in. Oh my gosh. We're not going to save that in RoboForm. Let's pin those. I got to keep throwing that back in his face. No, that was the wrong password. It was without the 1. We didn't get that to work when I was trying to connect to the share, because the admin account is not configured to connect to a share. When there is conflict between user and group permissions, the permissions, so my creating permission, assign shared folders permissions. So I can't do it on this screen. Click next. No, how do I assign shared folders permission? I haven't created a shared folder yet. I think I need to create a shared folder. Oh, I think I'm doing this for the Ken Stout account. It's not showing up in this list yet. User permissions. Oh, there we go. That didn't look clickable to me because it looks grayed out. I was going to blow right past that. We're going to give him everything. Because after all, he works at Lowe's. Set user speed limit. Apply group settings. Set speed cap. Apply group settings. I think he should be limited to 18 on uploads and downloads. 18 bytes. Does it assume kilobits? It is kilobits. I can't change it, so we'll make it 18. If we had 3 zeros, that'd be megabits. Megabytes per second. That's faster than my network works, right? And for FTP and resync, we'll just leave those at group settings. Ken Stout, Lowe's Employee of the Week. Brain Dead is his email address. No, Phil gives me a laughing my freaking anterior off. You didn't think I was going to come up with a family-friendly A, did you? The speed limit of the following protocols is not yet enabled. Would you like to enable it now? I guess so. That was the I guess so button that I clicked on, wasn't it? Okay, so now I should be able to connect to .180. I am Groot. And then I forgot master password 66. I could have just pasted it there without pronouncing it, right? No. Well, I'm not going to remember the credentials because I want to be able to call it out each time that I use it. Oops. Ugh. Oh no, that's the wrong username. I need to change the Ken Stout's username. More choices. How do you change the username? There's no option here for changing the username. The only thing here that might be it is more choices. Phil Stodd, you're correct. Use a different account. See, it's not listed in here. The Ken Stout name isn't listed here, so I have to click use a different account. Then I can type Ken Stout. Then I can go back and Windows key V, and I forgot MP, which stands for master password in RoboForm 66. And okay. Boom, we're there. This is it. I'm at 180. And then I could right click here. No, let's see, what am I going to go to? Let's see, expand that. If I come over here, does not show up there. If I come to here, network, out here, don't get to see it there. I'm looking for where can I map that as a network drive letter.
Read chat, please.
Right click on this PC. Ah, yes. That's RAN Israel. Map. Network connection. See, there's no folder name yet, and it's not showing up in this list. So, is there something still? Because this is just a device. It's not, we're not seeing any volume. We're not seeing any actual storage location. So it looks like we need some kind of a shared folder. How about that? Is there a plus sign here? Create shared folder. What was that? Mount hybrid. Mount hybrid share folder. No, let's just create a normal shared folder. And let's call this Zoom Homies. I don't think I need to copy that one. BTRFs. Does that Btrief something or other? Does anybody know what that stands for? Hide it? No. Hide? No. Enables recycle bin, of course, because, you know, Ken Stout always loses stuff.
That's a big 10-4.
Oh, Rand says that does stand for Btrief. Oh, I think I owe Rand some more points. Because he did the right click this PC. Yeah, I'm going to call that one 200 because I was close to getting that. Oh, don't be so cheap. Stinker, we'll do another 200. Encrypt it. No, we're not going to encrypt it. Enable data checksum for advanced data. Well, that's not going to work with a single drive, is it? Can I do that on a single drive? For advanced data integrity. This isn't going to recover from a lost drive. This is just a checksum. I suspect it's a checksum to, so it can validate. It'll write the data and it'll calculate a checksum based upon what data was just written and then compare that to the original. I'm guessing that's what it does. But that's going to slow things down, probably imperceptibly.
Read chat, please.
And we could also do file compression if we do a checksum. Yeah, that's nothing to do with RAID. I agree with Rand Israel on that. It's a software level error correction. He gave ECC, error correction. Yeah, I don't know. I'll recognize it when he says it. Enable share folder quota. Yeah, because Ken Stout is only allowed to have 18 gigabytes. People who are new around here saying, what's with the number 18 all the time? Well, you have to have been watching Ken Stout show for some period of time to know that. Oh, I got less than 2 minutes left. So much for leaving early. To ensure service quality, recommend not enabling data checksum if you are. Hosting database, storing surveillance station, backing up. Basically, all of this, they're saying that's going to slow it down. But however, since my intention is to use this as a backup of backup files, that's entirely worthwhile because I'm not doing real-time stuff with it. So yeah, I am going to turn that on. I'm not going to turn on compression though. Although that is justifiable. Lower system performance to the shared folder. Yeah, I'm not so concerned about performance. This is a secondary backup. So it'd be kind of desperate circumstances that I would turn to trying to recover from that. And if I compress, then I'm going to be able to fit more stuff on it. But the backup's already compressed. When a backup is done originally, that does a lot of compression. Now it's just a copying it to here. So no, I'm not going to do that. Why quota? I'm just putting a quota in there to harass Ken Stout. 18 gigabytes? That's too low. Even for him. 1800 gigabytes, that's 1.8 terabytes. So, whoops. Exceeds the total size. That's right, it's a 1 terabyte drive. 180 gigabytes, can I do that? Yeah. So 10 times as much as he should be allowed to have. I'm not answering that question, Tim. No how, no way. You know how to get your answer for that.
Read chat, please.
Oh, configure user permissions. Ken Stout gets read-write access. I could give access to these other accounts, should I so choose to. I Am Groot already has read-write. But here, I came into this for the shared folder creation. Oh, I Am Groot has group permissions, but I haven't given group permissions to this share. So it might be that I have to give read-write to I Am Groot as well. The max capacity of the NAS, John Williams, it has 4 drives, so whatever the max drive size that this device will handle, multiply that by 4 if you're using RAID 0, multiply by 3 if you're using RAID 5. If you're using 2 sets of RAID 1, it's going to be half of whatever the capacity of the drives that you put in it. I don't know what the maximum drive size is for this device. Have I done it now? Let's get back to here. Yeah, see there's the Zoom Homies share. Now this I should be able to right click and map that. Yeah, map network drive. So you can't map a drive to the device. You can't map a drive to a computer. You can only map a drive to a share on a device. You have to have a share. So map network drive and Z, what an appropriate letter. Finish. So there's the Z drive. If I go to this PC, I will see that there is a Z drive right here. It's a network location. It's not one of my local drives. So it's a network location. I can double click on it. And now I can put files on there, copy files to it. So let's go to another tab. And I'll go to my video files. And I'm going to scroll way down and grab some random large file, MP4. Let's see, so that one's 4, let's see, gigabytes, megabytes, terabytes. No, that can't be 4 terabytes. It's got to be gigabytes, megabytes, gigabytes. Yeah, it's 4 gigabytes. And you can have 18 gigabytes. So if I right click here, choose copy. You can tell my brain's not working very well. So what's new, Doug? Ken. And this is showing speed, 111 megabytes per second. And if I go look at task manager, can I get there quick enough? Come down to Ethernet, send and receive, sending 980 megabits per second, 111 megabytes. This is in bits. There are 8 bits per byte. So this number is somewhere in the vicinity of less, a tenth, less than it should be somewhere around a tenth of the megabytes number. Or did I see that backwards? I said that backwards because this is megabits. Oh, I don't know. But you can see how high that graph was. All right, that's enough. I'm out of here. I'm out of here soon. I'll go catch oranges. Zavi says Synology DS918 officially supports a maximum hard disk drive of 16 terabytes per drive. This means you can use 4 16 terabytes for a total of 64 terabytes. If you were RAID 0, you would get 64 terabytes of storage space. If you're RAID 5, you would subtract 16 terabytes from that number. No, wait a minute. Did he already? 32, 64. No, that was 4 times 16 is 64. Yeah, so there is a limit. Now it officially supports. Keep in mind, the manufacturer's official documented amounts might not be the truth of it. And some of you have heard Carrie Olsman mention this many times, or manufacturer says supports up to such and such memory, quantity of memory. And he says, that's not true. You can go over that. They might not officially support it. And that might have been a limit when a motherboard was manufactured, for instance. That might have been, they might have said the limit was the largest memory that was being widely marketed at the time. Phil says, my NAS is capable of 4 drives up to whatever I want to install. Why don't you put in the model of your NAS?
Read chat
See-
one, please.
See if people agree to that. John Williams says, thanks for the live stream. Nice gift from Carrie. Yes, thank you once again, Carrie Olsman. I do need to check and see if there's other oranges. I believe I've got all the read chats. John Aloy, that was a name suggestion. That was another suggestion. That was another suggestion. Yeah, I think I want a nap. So I got all the oranges. So I'm just about out of here. I'll take a quick look and see if Carrie has set up a show. When I last checked, he did not have one. Nope. So there we go. And my next planned show is Monday. I'm not going to take on Sunday because I've already lost too much time between the last few days, this last week and today. Oh my gosh, I haven't even told you about the troubles I
Read
ran
chat,
into
please.
today. Phil Stad. See, I can't even pronounce that name. It's a one-syllable name. He says, my NAS is do-it-yourself, running Open Media Vault software on a custom-built box. Oh, okay, cool. Awesome. All right, I'm out of here. Have a great weekend, everybody. Goodbye.
That's all, folks.
Tune in 6 days a week for Windows support, the help you seek. Send an email, leave a comment, join the chat. Our tech-savvy crew is where it's at. Not just me, but a whole community, helping you solve tech mysteries. With friends who are here almost every day, we love to chat and help you find your way. So subscribe now, be part of the team, for Windows support and more than you dream. Join the fun, don't miss a single stream. At LiveWindowsTraining-DougBetts or simply where tech support supreme. Where tech support supreme. 6 days a week. For Windows support, the help you seek. Send an email, leave a comment, join the chat. Our tech-savvy crew is where it's at. Not just me, but a whole community, helping you solve tech mysteries. With friends who are here almost every day, we love to chat and help you find your way. So subscribe now, be part of the team. For Windows support and more than you've dreamed. Join the fun, don't miss a single stream. And LiveWindowsTraining-DougBetts, or simply more deeply VB, we're tech support supreme. We're tech support supreme. We're tech support supreme. Tech support supreme. We're tech support supreme. We're tech support supreme. We're tech support supreme.